Now with our season where it's at, we're 4-6. We have one of the most important games of the year this upcoming Sunday night. And if we lose, the season's all but over, right? So with that being said, now let's take a look at the free agents who are currently, or guys who are on contract year who are going to be free agents. And I'm going to predict who's going to come back and who's not going to come back, right? So number one, Von Bell. Now, Von Bell did not cost us any money this year because we picked him up after the Panthers cut him. Panthers paid his whole contract. We got him for free. Let's be honest, he has been kind of a questionable addition this year. Definitely not the old Von Bell, but hey, listen, it is what it is. Knowing the Bengals, and again, some of these I'm going to say is not my personal opinion whether or not we should bring him back. Knowing the Bengals, he will be back. He was a team captain this year. I think, in all honesty, he's going to kind of see the writing on the wall as well, that there's not really many places out there that he's going to go when he's 31 years old, almost 32 years old, as a safety in the NFL, right? A lot of free agents who are 30 plus years old at the safety position. So my guess is he takes a team-friendly deal and sticks with us and tries to just, ride it out with us. Mike Hilton, this is, again, another no-brainer. This one might cost us a little bit, though, especially with the fact that he is a very good cornerback still. One of our bright spots of our secondary, one of our only bright spots, honestly. Yeah, we're going to have to get a contract done with him. My guess is he is 31, right? So you're kind of pushing it up in age. But cornerback, especially at his level and how he's playing, he probably could play until at least 33, 34. Maybe 33, maybe not 34. So he has at least a good 2 years left. Maybe 3, okay? Like, I have a lot of confidence that Mike Hilton still has a lot in his tank. So I'm going to say we probably work out a 2-year contract with him. It would be a humongous mistake to let him go. In all honesty, I don't think we can afford to let him go. His run support game, him and the run support game in general he's the best guy on our team. Like, out of all of our secondary guys, even our safeties, he's the best run support guy. He's also one of the best slot corners in the NFL. My opinion on T. Higgins. I said it before and I'll say it again. I believe he will be back. And the reason why is because he can't stay healthy. And unless he comes back, has a fantastic second half of the season, and he plays every single game, I think there's going to be a lot of teams that hold his injuries against him, meaning last season and this season. So I could see him come back for maybe a short 1-year deal, just trying to do a prove-it deal, just to, try to get and hit the market again in next year and hopefully, make more money. But he is 26, bordering on 27 by the end of next year. It's one of those situations where he has all the talent in the world, but it doesn't matter if you can't stay healthy, right? And I just don't see a situation where he hits free agency, because I don't think we're going to franchise tag him. I thought at first we would, but it's not worth it for the $25 million fully guaranteed for a guy who can't stay healthy. That's just not going to work. So we're most likely just going to let him go. I'm sure we're going to offer him a contract. But with that being said, if we could potentially just bring him back for a 1-year deal, I think that could also very potentially happen. BJ Hill, we have to do everything in our power to bring him back. This can't be a DJ Reader 2.0 status. This can't. I mean, I don't care what the excuse is. Oh, well, we meant to bring him back, but we just... No, I don't care. You're not going to Bengal this one, okay? We're not losing him. We can't afford to lose him. Him and Mike Hilton, those guys, even though they're up there in age, we can't afford to lose. Unless Chris Jenkins has a fantastic second half of the season, it still doesn't freaking matter. We need him back. Mike Gesicki, I could see him coming back on a 1-year deal. So far the season's been playing pretty dang good. And in all honesty, he's a guy that is kind of interesting if he did hit free agency again. Because I think he would get signed somewhere. but you kind of start looking at it as his point of view. He's 30 years old, which tight ends can go to like 34, 35. It's not the craziest thing. But you start to look at the fact of, are you going to get paid crazy more money to go somewhere else? Probably not. You're probably going to get a similar contract if you stay with the Bengals or you don't stay with the Bengals, right? Would you rather have Joe Burrow throwing you the football or another player? You'd probably rather have Joe Burrow, right? And even if the money might be like $1 or $2 million more going somewhere else, you kind of start to look at, okay, well, what's going to be the best for my career? If I'm not getting game-changing money going somewhere else, I might as well just stay with the Bengals because of it's going to be kind of similar money, and I have a better chance to win and be successful. So I think he'll be back. He was a guy going into this season that I really thought was going to be gone, and we weren't going to bring him back. But I think he will be back. Trent Brown. I think Trent Brown will be back on a 1-year, no-nothing contract. Could he hit free agency? Absolutely. But now with all the injuries he's going through, he's still going to have to recover through this whole entire surgery / the injury he has right now. That's going to be a long process. And when we get to free agency kind of area in March next year, he's not going to be fully recovered, right? He's still going to be going through crap. So because of that, I don't think there's going to be too many people lined up to go get him, especially with his injury history in general. So I think we could get him back for a no-nothing deal and maybe a 1-year contract. Offensive linemen age like fine wine. The older they get, the better they get. I think if he can stay healthy, get through this injury, get through this, and recover, he could at least play another 4 years. So I think there's a good chance that he could, recover very well. And for us, I think we're just going to keep him as a backup right tackle. Cody Ford, he's coming back no matter what. Death, taxes, and Cody Ford is signed to the Bengals. That's just how it works. Cam Sample, this is a challenging one before he got injured. So obviously he's out for the season right now. He got injured in preseason. I think he will be back because of his injury. If he didn't get injured, that is a one that is kind of up in the air. Because again, it's another guy who potentially, money-wise, could be gone because he could, if he had a great season this year and a fantastic season, he could be seen from a lot of different teams as a kind of good budget option. Or not budget option, but a really good up-and-coming option. I mean, 26 years old, had a good season last year. This season, if he had a great season, he might have done that. Now that he's coming off an injury, again, another season-ending injury. And when I say another, I don't mean like him for another. I mean, he's out for the season and Trent Brown. I'm talking about another Bengal who is out for the season. Hopefully I make sense on that one. I think we signed him back. I could see us getting like for a 3-year... I'm going to take a 3-year deal. I'm not going to project money right now. Khalil Herbert, no, I think he's gone. I don't think he'll be back. Unless he has a crazy second half of the season. But even if he does, I don't think he'll be back. He's 27 years old. I think he'll hit free agency and go somewhere. Akeem Davis-Gaither, I think we will bring him back. He is not only a team captain. I do have faith in. The Bengals do really like him. Trenton Irwin, he'll be back. Joseph Asai, I would say he would be back. But again, it's not like he's having a fantastic season. Our defense is really struggling. But he's another guy where, he hits free agency. A team sees him as a young commodity that they can utilize as an extra edge rusher. There's always defense coordinators out there that say, oh, I could make this guy good. I could make this guy good. Joseph Asai is really a mold. He's a player that you can mold into your liking. He has dealt with injuries throughout his career, but I think if he can stay healthy, I mean, he's a top-end guy. I think we try to bring him back, though. Tanner Hudson, we'll bring him back. Jay, we'll bring him back. We'll bring back Cal. Travion Williams, he'll be back. Joe Bacci, yes. Chris Evans, yes. A lot of these guys are just going to be no-nothing. Ryan needs to be signed. I don't care about anything else. Ryan is now on the list of like Mike Hilton needs to be signed, BJ Hill needs to be signed, and Ryan needs to be signed. Like, those are the 3 guys that need to be signed no matter what. Like, I don't care what the reasoning is, you don't bangle that up right there. Kendall Milton, he won't be re-signed. Jackson Kirkland, again, another guy coming off a season-ending injury. I think he'll be fine. He'll come back and he'll get signed. Stuber will not be signed. So those are our free agents going into this upcoming offseason, and who I think will and will not be signed. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.